Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? It's a little late. I understand that. It's around midnight Pacific Standard. So if you're on the East Coast, it's super, super late. But of course, we here on the West Coast, I don't know, we don't go to bed fucking early at all. So I thought I would just do a live stream, talk about some dumb news that's going on. Some stories I put together over the course of the span of the evening, stuff I was going to talk about for tomorrow. Just thought I would do it in front of a live audience. I always enjoy that. I always enjoy doing the news in front of a live audience, whether there's a lot or a little. It's always a good time because you kind of get to see instant reactions to things, and that's always good. That's always a lot of fun. It's good stuff here. So got some people in here from Australia. So there's that. It's 5 p.m. in Australia. Curtis here is like, it's 5 a.m. Yeah, I know, dude. You've got the overnight shift, which is great because you're like the hardest working moderator. So there's that. But it's great, good stuff. Let me just crack open a drink here. Fucking get my shit together. I kind of just randomly came up with this chalkboard thing, which I like. I was like, I need like a little thing to put there, a little graphic. I'm like, what can I do? Fucking stupid, dumb news. Why not? And I think it works. It's nice. I like it. No, Chris, you are the one that's always there. No, you're good, man. You're good. You put in the work, and I appreciate it. There's a lot of hard work that goes into having somebody else run a Discord server. So there's that. But anyway, there's been a lot going on with the news in general. I'm not going to talk about fucking any of it because I don't know about you guys. I spend enough fucking time listening to the regular news, right? And yeah, it's like it's interesting, but I don't want to spend like all day talking about it. It's an okay beer. I don't want to spend all day talking about it. I don't want to sit there and talk about Trump 24/7 because I feel like that's all the news is, right? Everything. There's a lot more that's going on. A lot more. I don't know if I'd say. Well, it's definitely interesting. Maybe not as compelling because it's kind of like the fate of the free world type shit. When you talk about Trump, whether it's the bid to oust him, or it's the attempt to keep him there. It feels like real end of the world shit, doesn't it? I'm not talking about none of that shit. Other stuff. Never the regular news. I like stupid news, man. Stupid news cracks me the fuck up. Some of these stories tonight really crack me the fuck up. Just because it's like, people are dumb. People are assholes. And there's definitely a couple things there. So I did pull out I have 2 kids, so obviously I'm not very good at that. But no, I found a couple stories tonight real quick that I wanted to go over that are different in theory, themes and stuff. And if you know me, I don't really like follow a certain niche. I find things interesting across the spectrum. So there's where we have it on that one right there. Okay. Void, people are quite dumb. Completely agree. Lawyer predicts Trump deep fake as October surprise. Yeah, wouldn't that be kind of funny? That's scary now, isn't it? The deep fake shit. People can sit there and make you say whatever they want. Trust me, I know. I know that very well. So, okay, let me just for safety purposes hit record on the good old OBS at this point in time. So let's jump into this here. All right. So first up on stupid, dumb news. Hollywood actor is currently in trouble, because from a lingerie maker, because they allege that he posed as a talent scout to get nude photos of women. This is not uncommon, by the way. This is not uncommon, where for some reason, it's a real easy tactic to get lewds from unsuspecting women because they're willing to give them to you if you say the right thing or if you pretend to be the right person. None of that's good. You don't want any kind of lying and anything like that to happen in regards to this. But let's find out more. So a Hollywood actor has been posing as a lingerie company's talent scout as part of a lurid scheme to convince women to send him nude photos, according to an explosive lawsuit. Daniel Giovanni Watson, who appeared in the movie Canal Street and Love Triangle, as well as Unsolved: The Murders of Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. Can you call him a Hollywood actor at that point? I don't really think that really applies. If this dude has really just been in like a couple things, I don't know, Unsolved: The Murders of Biggie and Tupac. That's some real hard hitting television. Let's see what this dude looks like real quick, because I didn't prep that image. So this is what the guy looks like right here. This is this dude right here. Okay, for some reason that's not working. Anyway, this is the dude. Open this up in a new image. Right, that's the guy. That's the Hollywood actor. This is the Hollywood actor that is apparently soliciting nude photos from women. That's getting him in trouble. So, he has been allegedly falsely been claiming to work for the New York-based Adore Me as part of a sick scheme to convince women to take off their clothes, the company said in a federal court complaint filed on Tuesday. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the whole point, right? When you do things that get you in that kind of situation, you're pretty much doing it for sexual gratification. So obviously that's kind of self-explanatory. Now, the actor, who also helped produce Canal Street, would tell women that the lingerie company was looking for models. He claimed he needed photos to seal the deal. Looking for busty, curvy, ideally plus-size women to be part of 2 major campaigns, Watson allegedly wrote in an email. The email encouraged women to include name, age, bra size, and any and all photos that show face, breast, etc. Plus-size women. The dude's got a fetish. The guy's got a fetish. Now, he won their trust by falsely claiming to be affiliated with Lindsay Hayes Kroger, a well-respected talent scout who worked for Gossip Girl and The Strangers. That allowed him to reassure alleged targets that their photos would go straight to Kroger. A woman wants to make sure that Kroger is a woman, according to the lawsuit. I guess with the name Lindsay, one could be confused. That could be a thing. She also said that all photos are only seen by her, so you can send any with no discretion. Come on, anyone who doesn't actually use the word you, Y-O-U, and just spells it with you is obviously up to something. Now, if a woman replied by saying she would have her agent look at the opportunity, Watson would reject her. Say, okay, never mind, she wants to leave agents and managers out. He wrote in one exchange. Adore Me, which sells frilly undergarments through a subscription service, filed a complaint after hiring a private investigator to identify the person who had been targeting women through fake Instagram, Snapchats, and other social media accounts. Look, when I say that, I don't even think this is like an eventuality. I think this is an inevitability. Social media companies are not going to let you create a new account unless you provide some kind of government-issued ID. Right? Like, this kind of crap happens so often that this is what they're going to be looking at. It's going to happen at some point. I don't like it, but it's like people keep ruining it for everybody else. Now, the actor also met some of his targets at an LA nightclub called Station 1640. Reached by the Post, Watson said he had nothing to do with the alleged scheme, saying it was somebody posing as him, which is funny, isn't it? A guy who was posing as an Adore Me talent scout to solicit nude photos or sexy lewd photos from plus-size women on the internet is claiming that it wasn't him, that somebody was stealing his identity in order to do it. But a private investigator still tracked him down. Let's see here. So he says, I guess someone's trying to use my name and credibility as clout. Somebody else is trying to slander me. I was aware of the situation. I found myself in the middle of a cesspool. I'm an actor. Watson said he thought the mix-up identities had been handled by his attorney and agent, saying this is very shocking. Yeah, they generally need to, I mean, you could sue anyone in civil court, to be fair. This is one of those things where it's like, if your agent and your attorney can't really get you out of trouble, maybe you done goofed. He says here, Adore Me's general counsel says, We've learned from the Me Too movement, among others, that exposure is the best hygiene. We made a calculated decision that a lawsuit is the most effective way of permanently stopping this unacceptable and abusive conduct. And it's donating any of the proceeds it might get to a nonprofit organization focused on victims of revenge porn called Badass Army. And that's good. I mean, revenge porn's a terrible thing. So this guy, he says he didn't do it. They filed a lawsuit. I think they're seeking like $75,000 or something to get this guy to bust him, to get him to stop doing this. And if it's not him, then it's just going to be even wilder situation. But it's not uncommon. By the way, it's not uncommon to have that be a thing. Now, a couple years ago, there was a guy by the name, I forget his name, right? And I know that sounds terrible to say, but I do forget his name. And the thing with him, though, is that this guy was like a social justice warrior, total male feminist, and he was doing this exact same thing. Except he was sleeping with the women, claiming to be a porn producer. He was sleeping with the women. And as a result of that, I think he got a long time in jail as a result. And the rest of us who monitor these kind of male feminist activists just kind of went, yeah, well, down goes another one, because it seems that's always the case. At the end of the day, though, if this guy didn't do it, I don't want his name run through the mud, because that's always terrible. But Adore Me is pretty sure it's him. So now we're going to wait to find out if this Hollywood actor, really kind of in name only from the looks of it, is a liar. We're gonna wait and we're gonna find that out. Stay tuned, because it's gonna get wild probably before anything else. I'm waiting for the court transcripts. That should make it a fair amount of fun, I think. Yeah, definitely a fair amount of fun. Okay, where is that? Is it that? Nope, that's not the one I wanted. There we go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hollywood actor? Yeah, basic. I just jumped live. So there was that one. All right. Hold on. How do I title this one? Anyway, I'll take care of it later on. Okay, so what are we looking at here? What's the next one I got? Oh yeah, this one is good. Halloween, right around the corner. Halloween's coming up a couple weeks, 2 weeks exactly from today. Thank God it's almost over. And it's one of those things where there's always going to be some attempt on costumes. Usually it's college kids who wear offensive things, who anger some mothers on the internet who can't handle it, or the social justice warriors that can't handle it. But now, Ryan Britt here from Fatherly.com being republished through Yahoo Lifestyle. I want to make sure that's abundantly clear. Yahoo is just the aggregate here. This is coming from Fatherly.com. Saying, let's cancel the kids' Star Wars Stormtrooper costume. I'm just going to go off and make just a wild accusation or wild speculation that this all boils down to what they perceive as fascism. But let's find out. I could be wrong. Anyway, it says here, this Halloween you will doubtlessly open your door to a kid in a Stormtrooper costume pointing a blaster rifle at your head. Legions of Imperial and First Order Stormtroopers will certainly appear demanding candy from behind very iconic and recognizable helmets. Well, it's nice to think these kids are costumed as a heroic Finn or even Luke and Han disguised as Stormtroopers. The reality is most kids who are Stormtroopers for Halloween are just dressing up as Stormtroopers. This fact is a little bit scary, mostly because collectively, it's like the culture doesn't want to think about this fact, but we should. Having kids dressed as Star Wars Stormtroopers for Halloween is icky, mostly because Stormtroopers have horrific counterparts in both history and everyday headlines. What did I say? Put fascism on the bingo card. Historically, the word Stormtrooper originated during World War I and applied to a specific kind of German soldier. By World War II, the term, I'm not even going to try, but it translates to storm detachment, was an early Nazi Germany paramilitary group. Naturally, no parent in the right mind would select Halloween costumes for their kids, reminiscent of either World War I stormtroopers or proto-Nazis. And yet, arguably, this is a kind of what we're doing every time you put a kid in a stormtrooper costume. George Lucas specifically modeled much of the aesthetic of the OG Star Wars on World War II, and even contemporarily shots of the First Order troops in The Force Awakens are meant to invoke the images of Nazi Germany. So, like I said, fascism, right? What kind of propaganda is this? And that's all it is. This is just grade A douchey propaganda. Doesn't like the fact that it's, kids wearing storm. Oh, God forbid they, God forbid they want to dress as something they saw in a kid's movie. Yeah, we know what Lucas based it off of. That doesn't mean that it's like, that's what the kids are going to go home and do. It's not like the kids are going to walk around and instead of asking for candy, ask for copies of Mein Kampf. It's not going to happen. But I love this next line here. So why are we okay with this? In 2016, the Death Trooper costume for Rogue One was gleefully sold by the Disney Store, which is fine in theory, because Death Troopers and Stormtroopers are make-believe. But the popularity of these costumes relative to other Star Wars costumes is a little unsettling. I mean, basically, these guys look like they're wearing space-age riot gear. Yeah, and of course, he posted the thing here of Ivanka and her kids and, the kid rocking the First Order. And that whole picture was controversial. Mark Hamill was like kind of done with it, to be fair. Let kids be kids, man. That kid wants to rock a First Order thing. That's fine. I don't care. I encourage it. It's probably the most normal thing his family does. I'm just saying that $30 Walmart costume probably is the most normal thing his family even remotely does. Here we get into the childhood memories where he justifies this really dumb argument, saying, as a child, I remember appeal of wanting to get in some kind of uniform for Halloween, whether it was Ghostbusters uniforms or a Starfleet uniform from Star Trek. The idea of conformity is very powerful to children, especially when it comes to fantasy. Yet, back in the 80s, by the way, when he's talking about this whenever he was a kid, Stormtroopers, that was costume, right? I mean, Lucas, we know, licensed Star Wars to literally everything back in the day. That's one of the reasons why one of the subplots of Spaceballs made so much fun of that. Because there was merchandising everywhere. So this guy is clearly overlooking the fact that even back in the day, Stormtroopers, they was a thing for Halloween. Now he says here, this is at the core of why kids love the fantasy of donning a Stormtrooper helmet or Kylo Ren mask. They can escape into another world. Then again, when you boil this down to just playing pretend, a kid dressing up as a Stormtrooper might be no more or less damaging than a kid dressing up as a fairy princess, because it's true. Because it's absolutely true. It is no more or less damaging than a kid dressing up as a fairy princess, or a kid dressing up as a zombie, or Frankenstein, or Dracula, or whatever. What's the popular costumes these days? 11 from Stranger Things. I see a lot of middle-aged men dressing up in that, though, and that's a little bit creepy, I'm not going to lie, but still. It goes on to say here, except there's a fundamental difference in the narrative of Star Wars. Stormtroopers, with very rare exceptions, are people who blindly follow orders, and their orders are always mass execution. They represent a police state, and in that world, following the orders is the only way to live. Stormtroopers kill people with laser guns who challenge the status quo, and that their narrative function is that and that is their narrative function, and that is the message that they send when you see them. Yeah, because they're the bad guys. They're the bad guys. And what's your point? Like, it's not like a kid's going to sit there and go like, yeah, really, the doctrine of the First Order is what I want for Christmas. Anyway, he goes on to talk more about this kind of crap, but finishing up here, he says, having kids dress up as monsters on Halloween is kind of what Halloween's all about, but having kids dress up as thinly veiled police state executioners is something else. The fantasy element to Stormtroopers isn't really all that fun. If anything, their presence in Star Wars is the scariest thing about the entire franchise. I happen to believe that for the most part. Star Wars is fairly an anti-gun series of films, despite the fact that several gun-like weapons are brandished all the time. Overall, the message of these movies is against gun violence instead of glorifying it. And yet, what would a stormtrooper on Halloween be without a blaster? The answer? Much less scary. To which case, sir, what's your name here? Ryan Britt. You know, the stormtroopers can't hit the broadside of a barn. I would argue that people are probably safer with stormtroopers having weapons. I'm just saying, because we all know their accuracy is terrible. It is god awful. It's terrible. But that's where we find ourselves. This is a story, again, creating a problem out of nothing for no other purpose than to fearmonger and further degrade children's childhoods, right? You know, you want to sit there and go, oh, I remember dressing up as a Ghostbuster. Well, what about the environment? Walter Peck from the EPA sure believed that what the Ghostbusters were doing were basically going to possibly cause radioactive leaks. And then they ultimately ended up, unleashing all these ghosts and spirits and specters across New York City to the point of where a gigantic 200-foot Stay Puft Marshmallow Man stomped through the city and they had to destroy it in order to defeat Gozer. Was there no damage caused by that? Was there no damage caused by the Ghostbusters, ultimately? Sure, it was Walter Peck and the EPA, because that man has no dick. But still, the point here is that there's consequences to these people dressing up like that in the movie. That's a dumb argument, I fully admit. I just wanted to rant about Ghostbusters for a second. But, I mean, that's the kind of absurdity that comes from this sort of nonsense, this kind of propaganda. And that's all it is. This is propaganda. And the fact that Yahoo Lifestyle, which is just an aggregate, backed it up is just sad and pathetic. Star Wars stormtroopers, man, like look at the 501st. Look at all the charity work they do. Right? All the philanthropy work they do. All the good they bring into the world. Right? Ryan Britt didn't mention the 501st. No, he just talked about proto-fascists, and your children are becoming proto-fascists. Because God forbid one of them wants to dress like a stormtrooper. The horror, the absolute horror of it all. Man, if my kids want to dress up as stormtroopers, I'll be like, all right, cool. I'm just glad you're into Star Wars. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, what a dumb article. But hey, that's why we talk about it, right? All right, let me take a drink here. Oh, hey, what's going on? Thank you very much for the 99-cent super chat, Little Crown, Crow X Reviews. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, come on, people going after Star Wars and shit now. What the fuck, man? Right? It's one of those things where it's like they get mad over every little goddamn fucking thing. Like every little goddamned fucking thing these people get mad at. And it's like you could tell this dude is clearly on the left. You can just tell it. And it always gets me so upset, these fucking morons. Always. Everything's a problem. Everything's terrible. You're terrible. Did you enjoy the new Star Wars movie? You're terrible. Why do you bring your children to a pro-fascist rally? It's just, you're god-awful. You're just a terrible person. Fucking morons. Anyway, let's move on to the next one here. This one is a funny one. Not funny in a ha-ha way, but like in a good way. Let's see. Here we go. Make sure that's up and running again. Okay, so when it comes to tracking CP on the internet, there's a lot of joint task force that do a lot of work, and it's always good to watch another outlet of this smut, of this filth, of this abuse get toppled. So I got to give up to the Australians here. Not just the Australians, but I think it's the US and like South Korea and a bunch of other places came together and they seized a huge child pornography website called Welcome to Video. This thing was in the dark net. It was funded by Bitcoin. and they were able to track it down. And oh man, they busted a lot of people. This is one of those stories where you're like, all right, go good guys. The authorities did something good for once. So it says here, Australians are among hundreds of people taken down or who were charged with the following the takedown of one of the world's largest child pornography sites, which sold gruesome videos on the dark web in exchange for digital cash. More than 300 people were arrested following the sting operation targeting the South Korea-based site Welcome to Video. Officials from the US, Britain, and South Korea described the network as one of the largest child porn operations they had encountered to date. Clearly, this beats out Jared Fogle, so that's good. But still, 300 people around the world were busted in connection with this. That is absolutely damn wild. Now, the website relied on Bitcoin to sell access. Oh my God. To 250,000 videos depicting child sexual abuse, including footage of extremely young children being assaulted. I didn't even catch that part. Holy crap, man. That's terrible. 250,000. See, that's that child porn is a thing. It exists. And it's a reality that so many kids out there have to face, but 250,000 videos. I don't even know if Pornhub has that many. I don't even know if there's that many porn videos out there. You just don't think there's that many. But God damn. Jesus. And oh God, look at this next line here. Its upload page specifically stated, do not upload adult porn. Oh, because that's the warning you want. That's how you know you're in a very bad place. That's how you know that if you go into that website, you are probably just, you're straight going to hell. There's no way around it, I think. Now, the Justice Department said the site collected at least 370,000 worth of Bitcoin before it was taken down in March of 2018, and the currency was laundered through 3 unnamed digital currency exchanges, which is pretty easy to do. You can launder a lot of cash through Bitcoin. Officials have rescued at least 23 underage victims in the United States, Britain, and Spain who were being actively abused by users of the site. Well, that's good. 23 people are at least saved. But still, man, Jesus. Many children in the videos have not yet been identified, and I don't know if you will be able to. A lot of those kids come from third world countries where they don't have proper forms of identification. So, geez. So the site operator, Jong Woo Sun from South Korea, and 337 other users in 12 different countries have been charged so far. So Sun, who is currently serving an 18-month sentence in a South Korean prison, was also indicted in federal charges in Washington. Several other people in the case have already been convicted and are serving prison sentences up to 15 years. And of course, Welcome to Video. This is the image showing that the site has been seized by the United Kingdom, United States, Germany, and the Republic of Korea. Yeah. This is, I came across this story while I was looking around today. Like I said, this is some wild shit. So, okay, going on to say here, finishing up. Welcome to Video is one of the first websites to monetize child porn using Bitcoin, which allowed users to hide their identities during financial transactions. Users are able to redeem the digital currency in return for points that they could spend downloading videos or buying all-you-could-watch VIP accounts. Points could also be earned by uploading fresh child pornography. Wow. Wow. I don't even know how to process that, to be honest with you. Here's the thing. I'm all for due process. All right. I am. It's so hard to still say that when reading a story like this. 337 people, 250,000 videos. You got points for uploading fresh CP. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff on the dark web, but my God, that's terrible. I mean, oh my God. Look, I'm not the only one. It seems like a lot of people probably thinking what I'm thinking right now. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Go straight to jail and straight to hell. I know this stuff exists in the dark web. I know it exists out there. It's like, and I know they're doing everything they can to stop it, but it's like, man, this is terrible. I hope they find more people, they free more people, and they arrest the bastards. I hope they do more than arrest him, I'll tell you that. I don't feel bad in saying that either. Whew. Humanity is a dark, vile, disgusting place. But occasionally, we get a win. And that's all I can say about this is that's a win. Took a long time to get there, but they did it. And now they have to move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So I wish them the best of luck and the speediest of abilities to do so. Wow. I hadn't caught the end of that article. I kind of just glanced over it real quick before recording. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. That's a hell of a thing, isn't it? That's just as Jesus. Oh my God. Well, YouTube won't let me monetize that one, that's for sure. I don't care. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. I have no desire to talking about it's one thing, but my God. Just goddamn. We need Big Daddy Thanos that can make the snapping happening. Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. All right, let's move on to the last thing I picked up today, at least for right now. So, okay, you might remember a couple weeks ago I talked about this apparently this 22-year-old girl that was posing as like a 6-year-old when she was adopted from the Ukraine. And this is a whole weird story, right? The mom and the dad, they basically, like, the adopted parents, they had money from like book sales, from teaching this autistic kid to not be autistic anymore, I guess. People have told me that it's real. I'm like, I don't believe it. But anyway, a woman now claims that she's a Ukrainian orphan's biological mom and that the girl's actually a child. So the story got a little bit of a twist. Someone sent me this today, so I can talk about it, because the first one was pretty crazy. Now, a Ukrainian woman claiming to be the birth mother of an orphan at the center of an adoption scandal in Indiana says her daughter is definitely a child, despite the adoptive parents claiming she is a mentally disturbed adult who terrorized the family. You know, if you really look at the story that the adoptive parents put out there, it's like it's the damn plot to Orphan, almost, without the kid trying to seduce the dad. You know, like, I mean, it's the plot to Orphan. Everyone in the comments section like, Orphan? Like, we've seen this movie. It wasn't even that good. Now, Natalia's story went viral in September when her adoptive parents, Michael and Christine Barnett, were charged with neglect. Natalia, who has a rare form of dwarfism that makes it difficult to gauge her age. I mean, come on, you could probably like change that to like determine or something, but whatever. Was thought to be somewhere between 6 and 8 years old when Michael and Christine adopted her in 2010. The Barnetts are accused of illegally changing her age to 18, or from 8 to 22, in 2012, and moving to Canada without her. Prosecutors say she was a child at the time. So this, yeah, they changed her age. Then they left the country and they put her up in an apartment and they paid for it until like she got booted. This is a real thing. I don't quite know who's telling the truth on this one, but this is these real events happened. Christine Barnett said that Natalia terrorized her family and that Natalia is now living with another family in Indiana. Now, the Daily Mail reports that they found a woman claiming to be Natalia's birth mother in the Ukraine who told the site that her daughter is in fact a child and that she was forced to put her up for adoption because of the girl's physical disabilities. Okay, the woman, Anna I can't even pronounce that, Gava, told the Daily Mail that she was forced to give up Natalia 16 years ago when the girl was an infant. Gava said that she had divorced Natalia's father and she couldn't care for her at the time. Saying, "Daughter, forgive me for what happened 16 years ago. Visit soon for me to see you," she says. "We're waiting for you. You have 2 sisters and 2 brothers." Daily Mail saw documents from the orphanage that took Natalia in, showing she was admitted in October 2003. The document and Gava's comments would suggest that Natalia is in fact a child, despite the Barnetts' claims. I mean, okay. I'm not saying it's not true. Just the story gets wilder. These are the parents who neglected the child or potential 22-year-old dwarf who's a terrorist. Gava said Natalia remained in an orphanage for 5 years until an American couple adopted her in 2008, saying, "They told me they're good people in America. They will pay for everything. The child will be normal. I was told that they would do her surgery, which I wouldn't be able to afford, that the surgery was some $80,000. For what?" I mean, I'm assuming if there's dwarfism, then there's some medical problems with that. So I get that. Now, the American family who initially adopted Natalia gave her up in 2010, and Christina Michael Barnett took her in. 3 years later, prosecutors said they left her behind when they moved again. Like, I'm laughing, not because it's funny, but because it's so damn absurd. But it's not out of commonality in some aspects. It's not out of the question. There's a thing called it's called adoption disruption. And it happens all the time. People get a kid from another country and then they're like, I don't want you. When that new puppy smell wears off. And so they go on like some forum somewhere and they're like, how do I get rid of my kid? And people take them. It's unregulated fostering and it is very dangerous. Now, Natalia is now living with another family in Indiana where she's being treated like a teenager. So that's good. The Barnetts, who are now divorced, have told prosecutors that Natalia was left in an apartment when the rest of the family moved to Canada to help their son, a child prodigy with mild autism, to pursue a graduate degree in theoretical physics. Is it just me, or does that seem like the plot for like Young Sheldon spinoff or something? Right? I mean, it just comes across like that. Now, she also said that the adoption was a scam and that the girl was not who they thought she was. Now, her ex-husband, told officers that he and Christine paid rent on the apartment but did not provide her extra funds. So they paid for the apartment, but they didn't give her any money for food. Okay. Now, she now lives with the pastor's family in Indiana. The family treats her like a teenager. The Barnetts are out on bonds of neglecting a dependent. And this is a tough one. This is a tough one because, like, this girl is getting, like, everywhere. This girl is, like, kind of getting dicked around by everybody. You kind of just look at the situation and you go, like, really? Like, okay. I don't know. I mean, the dwarfism that she has, it makes it hard to determine their age. She was able to have her age legally changed from 18 to 22, which I didn't even know was a thing. I didn't even know that was a real thing you could do. I guess they did. They found a way. They probably had the money to pay for it because, there's their son with mild autism, which is not how the previous article is made out to be. Like, this kid was like full on. And then like the mom coaxed him back to normal. Now he's going to go get a theoretical physics degree. I agree about the idea of forcing a DNA test. Not forcing. Well, maybe forcing. And then from there, send the girl. I don't know if you say, well, I mean, like, if the girl is 16, you can't send her back to Ukraine. Okay. You can't send her because she doesn't know it. She doesn't know it. It's not her life. But, maybe there will be a fund or something to like fly the mother out to America to see her child and then perhaps provide the sample. You got to Maury Povich that, to be fair. But here's the thing. If the girl is in fact her daughter and the Barnetts did in fact leave an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or whatever, in an apartment that they paid for with no other money for food, Like, throw the damn book at him, man. Like, I don't even care. Just like throw the book. You don't leave a kid in an apartment with nothing because you want to move to Canada. Oh my God, people are so dumb. So of course, when there's more information, I'll clearly bring it up. But this story just got a lot more interesting, and that's why I think it's going to be the very perfect Lifetime movie. Well, that's the thing is Little Crow. They said that they can't fully determine her age because of the dwarfism. It makes it very difficult to do. They left her with the babysitter and a wad of cash. The babysitter died. Is that real? Or are you making that up, Curtis? Throw the hardcover book. Yeah, don't even question that shit. Just throw it. Just do it. Do it. But yeah, those are the stories that I found. That fucking child porn one, man, that's fucking crazy. Like, holy crap. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to like do a live thing for maybe like maybe like another few minutes just to kind of throw this crap out there. I was bored. Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. That's right. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. Good old Christina Applegate from the 90s, right? Good old Christina Applegate from the 90s. That was good times. But yeah. Oh man. There's just so much bad crap in this world, isn't there? There's so much terrible shit constantly. So, well, yeah, Curtis, I saw like that bit with her, and like that one photo looked a little suspicious, you know. It looked a little suspicious if I'm being honest. It just felt like kind of weird to have that, to have that be a thing where she's like, it just looked like, yeah, well, she's a 16-year-old now. So I don't know when that picture was from. This is the problem with like this kind of crap is sometimes you don't actually get to see what, like where things come from. So you really just have like no real idea. Which is just par for the course, I guess. It's kind of just like, more for fun and shit. Yeah, Shidoko, it's good. It's good to do these. I haven't streamed in a while. Again, my schedule is so fucking crazy because I got the kids, so it just takes a lot of time. I know. Good stuff. All right. Trying to cut that out there. So what's up with you guys? What's going on? Anything crazy you guys here today? Anything crazy you want me to take a look at real quick? Few minutes. Could be fun times. So otherwise it's just kind of me sitting here tacking while I'm trying to like clip out these news bits. All right. What else is going on today? Not too much. Not too much was really going on. Let's see. Looking at the offbeat section of Reddit. Blood fills Iowa family basement. That's interesting. Woman missing in Australian bush. Saved after giant SOS was written and spotted on CCTVs. That's cool. MSU student defends dissertation in skirt made of rejection letters. Oh, that's kind of dumb. Let's see here. All right. Kim Jong-un rides a horse on Sacred Peak. Yeah, did you guys see those photos of Kim Jong-un riding like a horse, like very majestically riding a horse? It was like all over Twitter this morning. Let's see. Connecticut woman bites off ex's finger, posts it to Facebook. That's always fun. Capture Tokyo panty thief denies interest in bras, saying I'm interested in women's butts. At least he's honest. Sled dog team led Billings police on a slow. Jesus, even the shitty news is kind of shitty today. All right, I already covered the toothpaste and vagina thing. Escaped goat breaks into Ohio home through glass door, takes nap in bathroom. All right. Oh, female jogger caught reportedly pooing in between cars. Is this the phantom shitter out of Is this the one that was happening? No, it was in Australia. There was a phantom pooper in Colorado Springs a couple of years ago that was that they didn't know who it was, but she would just run and like just take random shits. I guess runners have to take shits like a lot. You know, like that's what I hear. They just have to take a lot of crap. I don't know. I don't run. Clearly, if you've seen me, you know I don't run. But no, they've. I guess they caught her. That's good. You know, she's just like, oh, gotta go, and she drops squat behind humans and feces, man. Let's see here. Philly football coach faces $500 fine for allowing youth teams blowout win. All right. The Times investigation and how companies harvest body parts upend death investigations. That ought to be. It's kind of a macabre story. Oh, here's one. The Panera Bread employee who posted a TikTok video exposing how mac and cheese is prepared was fired. Did you hear about that one? Like people were freaking out. Like Panera Bread's got mac and cheese in some kind of it's like a pouch, and people were like, "What? They don't make it there?" Like, have you just never seen how like a lot of food joints work? I mean, I think I remember having when I was a kid, I would get this like it was like turkey meat and gravy in like a it was frozen, but you put it in a boiling pot and you boil it, and it cooks it on the inside, and like that's how it works, like that's what it does. That's what happened. That's how I kind of viewed this whole thing. I don't even care, but people are like, oh my god, whoa, what do you mean mac and cheese, man? In a bag. Isn't it Brits who have milk in a bag? Yeah. Australia has. Oh, yeah. Wonder Duck. Australia is home with some seriously incredible shit or incredibly crazy shit. Yeah, man. I like to joke about Australia, where if it's not you, it wants to kill you. It really does want to kill you. I want to go to Australia one day and then see what happens if I end up like dealing with some crazy shit there. But yeah, the news to see what we got here. Chickens prefer attractive people. Okay. Serial stowaway arrested at Chicago airport after being banned from entering without a boarding pass. How do you get in without a boarding pass? Senior home asks for candy to give out on Halloween. That's just sad. Tampa woman sues hotel after liquid nitrogen added to drink. It's a Florida man story. Seattle man arrested for devouring $200 in office chocolate. Okay, why? Why would you eat that much chocolate? Let's see here. So a 44-year-old man broke into a downtown office building and then scarfed down hundreds of dollars in chocolate and then took a nap. According to police, the employee called 911 after the man broke into an otherwise empty financial office, rearranged a painting, and then set his sight on a glass bowl of sweets. He was booked into King County Jail on suspicion of burglary, malicious mischief, and then 2 other warrants. Wow. That's funny. Oh, box water. I've had box water. Yeah. Yeah, I've had box water before. I hadn't know yet. It was a glass bowl of chocolates. It was just like, Seattle, there's a lot of money in Seattle. Maybe that's what it was. Let's see. Mom pulled his kid out of school because he was given tuna sandwich after long poo. What? Some weird stories here. Okay, let's see here. So a furious mom said her son went all day without food when hot school meals ran out. She said that the year 5 pupil was offered a tuna sandwich when hot meals ran out because he took his time on the toilet. She said that her son never liked tuna, so he didn't eat for the whole day. And then she's going to keep him out of the primary school until she gets an apology for making him upset and hungry. No. Nope. That's dumb. Jesus. And oh my God. Let's see here. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up here. Okay. Yeah, this is the thing. Look at this here. This is a real story. And then look at the mom. Look at the eyebrows. The kid doesn't like tuna fish. So that's what it is. Right? That's all it is. Like the parent. This is in England. This is in Bristol. This kid, look at that kid. He got this smug look on his face. Like, yeah, I don't like fucking tuna. You fucking morons. You pieces of shit. I was taking a shit. Don't you feed me shit. Man, I grew up with tuna fish. I don't even know how people don't like that shit, man. Put a little fucking Miracle Whip in that, man. Fuck, man. No. Curtis, does your son like mustard? Throw a little bit of spicy mustard in that shit. Fucking good. Or fucking saute it up, man. Throw it on a fucking pan, fried up. Fried tuna fish. Make your house smell. But, protein. What does SDA mean? I don't know what SDA means. Tuna, yeah, Wonder Dog, I agree. Tuna is great. It's fucking fantastic. It's glorious shit. I mean, I've also caught tuna, so there's that too. Oh, you hate spices. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so I don't know I don't know the Seventh Day Adventist stuff, man. I don't know what you can and can't do. I don't know if you can like I don't know if you could like have, meat on a Friday or some shit. I don't know how any of that goes. So, anyway. Oh my goodness. Crazy, crazy fucking people, man. Let's see. Poogate. Yeah, there we go. Fly from the inside. They follow the Kellogg's diet. What is it? I thought Kellogg was like no masturbation. I should know more about Kellogg because he's a crazy fucking dude. Like he's just a crazy, crazy guy. I'm more than happy. Like the fact that he ended up penniless when he was when he died. Because I was watching Drunk History. I don't know how true that is, but like they were talking about that, and they were just like, yeah, he like got like no money, and he died and shit. Bland foods to preserve the body. Yeah, I remember the story about how cornflakes were invented to stop masturbation. I do remember that one. Yeah, let's take that off. I need to look at her dumb eyebrows. I mean, it's not her fault. Her eyebrows are. Well, no, it is her fault. Her eyebrows are terrible. Why would you do that? Why? Okay, listen. I am a guy. Clearly, I don't get why women do that with their eyebrows. Not at all. I don't get that shit. But then again, I am not a doctor, so we have that problem, I guess. Let's see here. Little Debbie is owned by an SDA family. Really? They don't like. I mean, Little Debbie's like is good shit. I mean, there's a lot that I don't have. Like, was it their Nutter Butter bars? Oh man, that will kill me one day. I swear, those are good. And it's kind of like when like my friends who are Mormon and they tell me that the Mormon church owns like a good percentage of like either Coke or Pepsi or something. So yeah, I get that. Little Debbie oatmeal pies. Yeah, those are good, man. Like, I mean, the older I get, the less of those kind of sweets I eat, I think at this point in my life, my doctor's all like, you should just watch the sodium. And I'm all like, fuck you, you're not my doctor. And then like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, all right, shit. So sodium, I need to watch out for. Zebra cakes, those are pretty good. Yeah, those are pretty good. I personally, when I was growing up, man, I really liked, I don't like coconuts. I could never do like the snowballs, but I really enjoyed, I enjoyed like Twinkies and like the Hostess stuff. But my jam was like Butterfinger bars. You could clearly see why I was a portly child. So that's the thing when you get older, it's like, you don't want to eat that shit no more. I don't want to eat that shit no more. I don't eat that shit anymore. How do you hate donuts, man? You haven't had good, I mean, well, there's like gourmet donuts, which are really good. And then there's like the fancy kind of weird donuts that you get from certain boutiques and stuff. Like I honestly can't tell you the last time I had a Krispy Kreme. Like, I don't even think I've ever had a fresh Krispy Kreme. I just never really, to me, it just looks like diabetes incarnate, you know? It's like, I can't even tell you the last time I had a Cinnabon because I never eat that shit. It's too much for me. You know, it's just too much. So I've never really been into it. But a lot of people I know like that stuff, man. It's just, I'm like, all right, you do you. Matt Stray confirmed it. I don't like snowballing. Yeah. You know what? Keto is something I really want to look into, but I don't think I'd ever do it. Has more to do with, I guess more like just, my doctor, I saw my nutritionist recently. They were telling me like keto probably wouldn't be good for me. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a nutritionist versus like a YouTube fad. It feels like. But I've watched a lot of videos on ketosis, and it looks good. It's like mostly just like limiting carbs. My friend tried it, and he was like, he made it today, and he was like, I'm gonna fucking murder somebody if I don't get carbs. Hostess mini glazed donuts diarrhea. Yeah, that's pretty bad, dude. Was it the Hostess powdered donut minis were great. I don't know how long keto's been around. I only learned about it like 7 months ago. Don't you? I'm too busy talking about crazy news to know what actually matters in this world, like keto. So there we go on that one. I'm not as informed as you might think, Curtis. So there we have it. Okay, there we go on that one. All right, so keto diet is BS fad. Nerd report, yeah, but like you're vegan, so like your opinion like doesn't matter. All right, cool, got that shit done. Sweet deal. But yeah, man, it's fucking. Yeah, no, I know how you look at random shit. Let's see here. You lost 30 pounds on Atkins. Yeah, well, Nate, I remember back when Atkins was big. Like people fucking died on that, man. Like, I remember there's a huge thing and like people like died because they just like didn't eat or whatever. I had a couple friends who did the Atkins diet who liked it. They found it to be like good for them. My sister does like the paleo diet. I don't even really know what the fuck that is. I thought that was mostly just like eating tomatoes or something. That shows you how much I don't really pay attention to diets. I just like, I do my best to like monitor what I eat, but, even that's like, I had Taco Bell yesterday. So really how good am I doing on that front? It's like, oh yeah, you want to eat healthy. Yeah, you totally want to eat healthy. Oh, Taco Bell. Ooh, Taco Bell. That's clearly not going to make my life terrible. Although I will admit their spicy potato taco is actually pretty decent. Although it's like 3 bites for $1.30. It's just too expensive, folks. I'm way too cheap. Even that's too much because it's terrible. It's terrible. Let's see. Gained 10 kilograms in a few months. Have to take your shit straight again as well. Yeah. Let's see. Eating a diet that our ancestors would have eaten in the Paleolithic era. Let's see. Burger King tacos aren't very good. Yeah. Yeah, Curtis. What's your I lost 60 pounds in 2 months diet? What's that one like? I'm sure it has a lot to do with hardcore crack cocaine and then just like not sleeping. I hear that's the stripper diet. Here, that's how that works. Let's see. Got hit by a van. Yeah, have your knee. I think for me, like I was telling this to Nerd Report last night. I think for me, like the best weight loss plan I ever had was I got sick. Had 104-degree fever for like 4 days. And my body temperature is normally at like 97.7 is my normal temperature. So I was wrecked. I didn't eat for like 4 days. I dropped like 15 pounds, man. It felt great. I mean, no, I felt like shit, but like I got up, I'm like, ooh, man, I'm like getting ready. I'm vomiting and I'm just can't eat whatever. And I look in the mirror. I'm like, at least I'm losing some weight. Oh, and now you know I live in LA. That's how you know I live in LA. I'm not telling that whole story. I'm just telling the weight loss part. You dropped like 50 pounds and you find out you're diabetic. Yeah, that can happen, man. So, you know, again, the thing was like the keto and diabetes though doesn't really work because you still need to have carbs. So, you know, yeah. That's what I heard. Yeah. The diabetes and keto will kill you if you're diabetic. So it's like, okay, well that can't be done, for certain people. So yeah, that's the thing. My nutritionist is like, she's like, just like, you know, she's like, just like slow down on carbs, have more vegetables. And then she's like, do you exercise? And I'm like, well, I used to. And she's like, okay, well, go do that again. So that's where I'm at right now. I did rejoin the gym. So that's something I'm getting back into. That's the plan. Let's see. I don't know. That's my nutritionist was telling me that if you are a diabetic, it kills you. Hold on. Can keto kill a diabetic? Let's look this up. Can keto kill a diabetic? Let's see here. Is keto safe? Oh, an impact. Let's see. A ketogenic diet may help some people with type 2 diabetes because it allows the body to maintain glucose levels at a low but healthy rate. The lower intake of carbohydrates in a diet can eliminate large spikes in blood sugar, reducing the need for insulin. It's so weird because my nutritionist is telling me something different. I don't know. Let's see here. Define exercise. Yeah, not just like hardcore vigorous masturbation, but actually get out there and do shit. Yeah, man, depression is terrible, Alex. Make sure you're getting some, getting some help for that, man. Diabetes in a bowl, banana pudding in a large bowl full of Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, that's how you do it. Let's see here. If you eat a juicy hamburger, it helps your mental health. Then you're eating healthy. Well, I guess that's a solid way of looking at it. That's a solid way. I think it's pretty funny. It's all about your perception, right? It's all about the perception. That's how you do it. As long as you're having fun and you feel okay, you're doing good. You're doing real good. Let's see. Ketogenesis is not the same as ketoacidosis. I didn't know that. Again, I have no idea. Let's see here. It says that can keto help reverse type 2 diabetes? Let's see here. Will type 2 diabetes kill you? No. Okay. Although it's kind of funny. It says here, type 2 diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. Wow. That's not good. A lot of people die. I mean, a lot of people die for dumb reasons. Although, I mean, it's the internet. How much of it do you take? You know? Oh, ketoacidosis is what diabetics get when their blood sugar is too high. Oh, okay. Let's see. Live off of meat and vegetables. You drop the weight. Also, massive shits is another thing. Yeah, I mean, massive shits. I think, it's always fun, I guess. Let's see here. All right. So let's see. Shidoko, you've been going to therapy the last few weeks. Honestly, one of the best decisions you could have made. Yeah, man. Yeah. I started therapy up last year. That's good stuff. If anything, it's just good to have someone who's like an impartial third party. you know? And that's the issue. You got to have an impartial third party. You know, a lot of people really care what like their peers think and what their family thinks and all that jazz. If you have an impartial third party, you can kind of say whatever. You can be like, that Becky's a bitch, you know? And then they're like, yeah, no, that's what you said. Becky's a bitch. And then they talk to you about like, why is Becky a bitch? Why does she make you feel like she's a bitch? Tell me, how was your childhood? A lot of it boils down to your childhood. It really is interesting how much, if you have a fucked up childhood, how much it fucks you for the rest of your life. So, yeah. It's crazy shit, man. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up because I got to get to sleep. I got baby duty in the morning. You know, reporting for baby duty, all that jazz. Anyway, this was fun. This is more of just kind of a laid back thing. You know, kind of just spur of the moment. Talking about some dumb, stupid news or stupid, dumb news. And anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out for a while. I will definitely talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, guys. Thank you again, just for chilling and just being you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. You know, I don't think I say that enough to people. How much I appreciate them being around. I don't know, like it's hard to do when you have you know, large audience. It's like to kind of do those interpersonal things. But anyway, yeah, there we go. All right, well, you guys have yourself a great night. Go off and do something. Curtis, go to sleep, okay? You have like an hour, right, till you're off work or something. Go to sleep. All right, guys. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.